everybody, and welcome back to another thrilling episode of Parallel World Chat. We're back for a Season 3. It's been quite a while since the last season, but now we're going to be doing it all over again. As always, let's start by introducing my other host. From the backwoods of Wood Backwoods, it's the wild and crazy Mr. Bunny Rabbit the Bunny Rabbit. Chicken Chimichanga, everybody! Wow, I cannot even believe that we are back for Season 3. I'm not even sure why or how people actually keep hitting us back up for other seasons of this show. It's like nobody's even watching it. You know, Mr. Bunny Rabbit, if you keep insulting the show, no one's actually gonna let us make another season again. Though maybe you're right, maybe so. But you know what? I love that we're gonna be doing something a little bit different this time. I love that we're gonna actually be reviewing some movies this time. You're absolutely right. We're going to be reviewing the movie In a Violent Nature by Shudder Films. It just came out. It's so wild. I got to introduce everyone else before we get any further into that. My next host, if you're familiar with our show, you've seen him from Season 1. He's also in Season 2, and he's back for Season 3. It's Larry Fester, an old man from a planet of only old people.
You know, when I heard that was gonna be a Season 3, I said, hey, maybe these guys are actually gonna be a little bit nicer to me this time. But no, everything's just gotta stay the same like this damn robot body.
Oh, dude, that is so hilarious. You're still standing there like a robot from the last season?
Yes, I'm still standing here like a robot from the last season. Are you kidding me? You know, I thought that you would grow up a little bit since the last time that I saw you. I just came back to the show because I wanted to talk about movies.
You know, Larry, can you remind everybody how you even became a robot in the first place?
Well, last season I was having problems with a spastic colon, so I went to the doctor to get it checked out because I had a spaghetti candle that I decided to eat. I know, long story short, I turned into a robot by accident because the doctor mixed stuff up.
Oh, dude, only you would have a problem of getting turned into a robot because you ate a candle that smelled too much like spaghetti.
It can happen, you never know, there's a lot of spaghetti candles.
Anyways, my next guest is a cactus that recently became sentient. He was just a normal cactus, but now he can talk and think and feel and all that fun stuff. It is the Beef.
Hello everybody, how are you doing? I'm the Beef. I'm really happy to be back for Season 3. I had so much fun on Season 2, but I know that today's episode was about that movie in a Violent Nature, and I was really worried about watching it, because I don't watch a lot of violent stuff.
Yes, this season we are going to change things up, and we're going to talk about movies, we're going to talk about pop culture, we're going to talk about a lot of things that are going on in Earth 1. But before we move on any further, let me get into my very last host. He once was a computer, then he turned into a human. It's Internet Cool Guy 2! Hello everybody, you're watching Internet Cool Guy 2 in the morning with Internet Cool Guy 2 and the Beef. Thank you so much for having me back for another season. I am very excited. We're very excited to have you back on another season with us too, Internet Cool Guy 2. Thank you so much for being here. But now let's get right into it. Today we're going to talk about In a Violent Nature, a horror movie that just came out this year. Let's play that trailer.
Animals don't get too hung up on reason. They just keep killing.
You know, if nobody even told me, I would have swore that was actually Larry walking around in the movie.
You think that you are so funny, don't you? You think you're so funny telling your jokes all the time? You know, if anyone actually thought that that guy was me, he'd be walking around with like a robot body right now.
I like robots. I think robots are really cool. There should be more robots.
Well, then how about we pull up a picture of that guy from the movie, and then we'll put Larry right next to him, and we'll compare the two. Oh, dude, you want to sue them for copyright infringement because they're out there putting your face out in a horror movie. Ha ha ha.
You know, if I got to actually be in a horror movie at all, you know, I wouldn't even be bothering being on this show.
Ironically, if you really think about my life and on how I was once a robot and now a human being, you would actually think that I was a horror movie. Well, let's actually talk about the film a little bit. It was directed by Chris Nash, and it came out on May 31st, 2024, IFC Films and Shudder exclusive. You know, I gotta admit that, you know, Shudder Films has been making some really awesome exclusive films. Like Late Night with the Devil, I saw that recently in theater during the summertime. That was super awesome. I mean, Nicolas Cage is in like so many different films now. He's just coming out with like another movie every single month. And then now this one, In a Violent Nature. Well then, let me ask everybody, what did you actually think of the movie In a Violent Nature? Did you like it? Was it bad? Did you find it scary?
I thought the movie was really scary, cause like, I don't know, like he came out of the ground, and then like, I don't know what his problem was, but then he just starts like following people and then like hurting them.
You know, typically most horror movies are that way. They come out of the ground and they just start hurting people. But I'm gonna regret this next question. What did you think about it, Larry?
Oh, look at that now. What do you know? Everybody wants to know what I think now. You know, I thought the movie was, it was really interesting. It really dragged on for a long time. There was a lot of quietness. Like, there's no soundtrack in the entire movie. I believe the movie is shot at like a 4:3 angle, and that was super weird. So it's just like a square on the TV. And a lot of it just gave me anxiety. You know, the entire time I'm basically just walking around with this guy. I'm just following this psychopath throughout this entire movie.
I also found it very interesting that there was no soundtrack for the movie, and that it was also shot at 4:3 in a square frame. You know, you don't see a lot of movies like that, not since some old 1980s slasher style films. And apparently that's what the director said he was actually going for. He wanted it to make it feel like one of those old VHS horror movies from back in the day.
What's a VHS movie?
When I was watching the movie, it also gave me a lot of anxiety. It just felt like it was dragging on. Some would call it a slow burn. I was sitting here waiting for something to actually happen. But you know, the scenes, they really were trying to build up that tension. And then when something happened, it was very extreme. Yeah, I wish that there was actually like another word for extreme that I can use, you know, like the scene where he punches through the girl's back. The hook is like coming out of her stomach. He turns her around, he grabs the hook, smashes it into her head, and then he flips her back around, starts pulling the chain from behind her back, and then her head cracks and slowly goes through her stomach and coming out of her back end.
You know, I've seen a lot of horror movies in my day too, but I've never seen anything like that one kill. That was one of the most unique kills that I've seen in a lot of horror movies, like ever. You know, like if you're gonna see this movie, at least just go see it for the special effects and the gore that's in it.
I liked the movie a lot, actually. I thought it was very interesting. There's been a lot of mixed reviews about it, whether it was too slow or it was too graphic, the fact that it was, like, silent. But, you know, it had a really fun, artsy take, and it did have some extreme gore. Definitely. Typically, when I'm thinking about old school horror and gore, I'm thinking of movies that are by Dario Argento, Lucio Fulci, I Spit on Your Grave, Cannibal Holocaust. These are some of the classics to go to.
I was actually in Cannibal Holocaust. I was the guy that was in the back going, hey, it's me, the Cannibal Holocaust guy.
Dude, there was nobody actually in the movie called the Cannibal Holocaust guy. I don't even think that you've even seen the film. Yeah, there's nobody in the movie actually called the Cannibal Holocaust guy. That's not correct.
Well, then maybe I dreamed it. I can't remember.
Dude, Larry, you know, if you're sitting there dreaming about Cannibal Holocaust, you got way more problems than I even thought that you even had before. So would any of you actually watch this movie In a Violent Nature again? Though, you know, as much as I enjoyed the movie, I'm not sure if I'm gonna, like, rush over to go and watch it again really quickly, but, you know, maybe a year from now, I put it back on. It was so unnerving to just, like, walk so slow with this psychopath. Like, I'm following him around like he is Larry.
You follow me, that's 'cause you like me.
I don't think I actually have to watch it again because I have it programmed inside my brain.
I don't know if I'd actually watch the movie again, you know, because this is kind of not my style, but I like other stuff like, you know, like Muppets Treasure Island. That was so cool with Tim Curry.
You know, I'd probably watch the movie again, but also I'd probably give it a little bit of time to wait on it. You know, I didn't love the movie. I didn't hate it. It was just kind of there. I thought it was still very impressive. It was very artsy. There was a lot of really cool camera shots going on in it. The kill scenes were just, like, out of control. It was very, it's hard to say. It's like I didn't love it, and then I didn't hate it. Oh, yeah, tell me about it. That's about exactly how I feel about being on this show. I don't love it, I don't hate it, it's just, I'm kind of just there. Well, that's rude to say, but anyways, everybody, thank you so much for watching another episode of Parallel World Chat Spoiler Reviews. This is our first episode. We're going to be doing more episodes like this, but before we get out of here, does everyone have anything else to say before we jet?
I'm just actually happy that the guy finally got the necklace back from his mother that was sitting there at the beginning of the movie. Apparently, that's the only thing he was after this entire time. He's like a zombie. He's just trying to get his mother's necklace back. I mean, good for him.
Yeah, dude, I mean, if you really think about it, the movie should have just been called, like, The Zombie That Wanted His Necklace Back.
I liked his mask because it was like a firefighter's mask, and I like firefighters because they're always out there, like, helping people.
I think that the movie was a little bit repetitive, but you know what? In the end, it was still a fun, artsy, fun take on it. Fun, fun, fun.
Fun, fun, fun is the word that we're going to use for this episode. Thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in for another episode of Parallel World Chat Spoiler Reviews. Can't wait to do the next one, and we will see you all soon. Thank you so much.